Hello, everyone. Good morning, everyone. And I'm just I'm meeting everyone's here. Welcome online. Has been a while. Just give me a second. I'm just make sure I get everyone in, and the Facebook Live is working properly and all that. I'm kind of a newbie now, so I haven't been doing this for a while. It's a good 3 months. I have a very good break and go travel the um, um, go travel the market and visit the market, and I've been doing that twice. And I see some guys going online, and welcome everybody. And it's been my pleasure. It's been my pleasure to be able to chat with all you guys and see all you guys. Hi, everyone. After a few months break, I decided it's about time to kick back into the gear and to redo this. I get a lot of encouragement. I would say encouragement in terms of just admitting one more person here. I get a lot of encouragement from all of you guys. In fact, I was talking to two investors yesterday, and I get as much as what you guys say that I have shared in terms of the market and the knowledge and the groups, and I actually get a lot of energy. To be honest, I have been doing this since consistently since March 2000. Actually, I started the group in 2016, 15, but I really consistently doing every month meetups for about 3 years, since 3 years ago. But I decided to really kick up, turn up the notch, and really do it on a weekly basis. I was very brave, and honestly, I was burned out. Thank you for everyone's coming. I just bear with me. I was burned out. I was burned out because I was doing it once a week, and people know me that I have not. I can speak forever, like pretty much continuously. But I was burned out, I just have to have a break, right? I just have to have a break, and I did, and that was September time, and I think it's a really good opportunity. We're just going to start again, and then nothing majors, and I think that this format is going to be very much similar. Thank you for everyone's joining in. The format is very similar. It's going to be a Zoom call or meetup calls, and I'm so thankful for all of you guys tuning in, joining in this very last minute call, and because I literally just blasted an email 2 hours ago, and thank you for everyone joining in. But I want to give something to 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I started investing in apartments, some really key person in my life had helped me along the way to accelerate me and give me a lot of good advice. And that's kind of what the intent of this. To be honest, I set up this Zoom call. It's going to be super quick. Sometimes it'll be weekly, because I sometimes won't be, because I don't want to burn out again, honestly. and I just want to give something back to the groups around me, whether it's investors, students, and even mentees or whatever. I think I have something to offer to the internet or whatever, because one of the investors said that I was chatting with him, and he said, it's very good you give something for the community, because there's not a lot of free mediums in terms of apartments investing, in terms of the physical someone that who have done it and who have go through the whole process, I would like to share. And I have something great that I was making coffee, and this morning I was like, you know what, I just gonna flow in something once a month, and you know what, I did something last year or 2 years ago, and it's basically free coaching. But you know, I'm not gonna do it that crazy this time. What I did is last year I create online training platform, which is very comprehensive. I flow in quite a bit of money into doing that, and I spent a lot of time. I actually made that software, online software, for 6 months, and tens of thousands of dollars that I spent on marketing and to set up the platform. And I probably spent over 200 hours on to personally creating that package, so that I can share, so that someone that who doesn't have the background can benefit of them. And I have that right now. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to give away one free seat every month. And it doesn't take me, you know, because I'm not doing it one-on-one basis, but it's anyone who and then so I'm going to select one person, you know, and select one person to be able to have that for per month. And I'm going to just, you know, write me why you want to have that, in terms of, you know, it's a really solid step-by-step, 8-step process that how I and some of my mentors have been able to create that over 8,000 units in apartments. I think it have benefit me. I think it will benefit you. So, but I won't give away to someone that who genuinely need it and want it. And I don't want, because it's only once a month, one seat per month, free seats. I charge over $1,000, and I'm not charging it for the free seats. Of course, I want to give back something to the audience, to the group, to people who, you know, it's kind of like someone who had helped me before. I want to give it back. So yeah, so send me email and you know, and explain to me why you want to have that. I'm going to select one, guys, at the end of the month. So enough chit chat. I see about 10 people in the group here. Thank you, everyone. So hi, all you guys. I'm Howard. I'm the owner of Hay2Brick. I've been doing this for a few years now, since 2015, and I'm doing this online education thing. Probably 3-4 years now, just educating people how to buy apartments with my experience, with my mentor experience. So I know it can help. I hope it can help. I hope you can find this useful for you guys. So let's jump in. You know, it's the 28th call since the last year, and every week and here and there, I will have Zoom call and meetup calls, and I want to blast some information and give you something that you can, you know, everyone stay at home, like, you know, and you know, I'm at home sitting on my software here, and I want to give something back to the people. So let's see if this works. Not. So here we are. So I started this group. I mean, started investing myself since 2006 I invest in Canada, US, and Hong Kong. And I started investing in US 2012, and start investing in multifamily a few years later. So that's kind of our story, and started with own capital. Eventually venture out to working with investors, investor base, and to buy multifamily with that. And I start my first Zoom call, but this is my first Zoom call 2021. And I've done over 27 Zoom call in 2020. And from March to September, I basically told you I burned out, and you know what, I think it's too much. You know, I don't have to do it for myself, but you know, I did. But I'm glad because I get a lot of positive feedback from people who say, you know what, this is great, this is awesome. You know, you know what, that's all that matters, because you know what, I learn a lot from the people that I'm able to partner with, go to all the Zoom call with, and my investors including. And you know, that's no such thing as get and not able to give it back. And sometimes you give more, sometimes you get more. And I hope in this time I'm able to give something to people, you know, the 10 people that joining the Zoom call, or the few people that is on Facebook Live. And I want to give back. So I intend to do this at a free basis, and because I think I get a lot of energy, I get a lot from you guys as well. So keep coming, because I love doing this, guys. Today's Zoom call is really simple, because honestly, I I think I actually kind of quiet down for the last 3 months, and I probably can talk for 3 hours without nonstop about what I have been doing for the last 3 months. But I don't intend to, so don't be fear. I only going to keep it for 30 minutes, and I think that's really good time period. And so we're gonna go through apartment updates and what I've been seeing since so-called September. And I'm seeing hundreds of deals and some of the opportunities that I'm involving in. And lastly, and as I also talked about, I'm giving away free seats, like one free educations per month. How can you start? If you tell me that this is the most answered questions, by the way. I have no connections and I have no deal flow. I have no money partner around me. How can I start? The good news is I was there. I was there 2006. So it's really corny. It's really cliche. But the truth is, you don't need a lot of money. You don't need to have all the connections. And when someone tells you I have all the connections, in fact, I learned that stay away. But you have so many connections, and you have so many opportunities. You have so many drive that you didn't know that you have. And I'm saying that from my own experience that you can do it. And I'm not saying that from just in 3,000 feet, you can do it. I'm offering you a free opportunity that you can actually learn something that I spend tens of thousands in US dollars to be able to learn that. I'm just giving away like as once per month seat, and and even if a chit chat, like I'm doing this now. So I think it's going to help you guys. I know it can help you guys. So the key thing is, send me an email, and I hope that it can help you. So I'm going to go for a little bit of buying philosophy. It's because, the key thing on apartments is like any business, you have to know what you're doing. You have to either have someone to just like I'm just going to give you an example. Everyone's you can make money with Bitcoin, you can make money with buying Tesla, you make money in the stock market and things like that. It's no different with buying apartments. You have to know what you're doing, and you just come down to a few of the nuggets that I want to pinpoint it here. I have like 6-7 bullets, and I deleted a whole bunch of it because I want to make sure that it doesn't overwhelm. So first of all, when you buy apartments, is the whole 9,000 feet is you want to buy something that is actually have value. What we mean by that is actually very simple. If the apple is $3 per apple on the market, you want to buy and find the apple that is $1.50. That's really simple, but it's not. It's simple in theory, but it's not simple to find. So basically, that's the thing. You want to create value. You want to find the things that have a value, or you're going to create values by improving an asset, which by value add. Okay, and this is kind of like a really golden nugget in terms of what we do in apartments investing. And you also want to create cash flow from day one, or buy the buildings have cash flow. So you always see that creating value and find the things that's at the bargain on the market. A little bit of a contracting theme, you can say that, because most of the time you're buying something have great potential values, the cash flow usually is lower, but we get to that later. It's achievable, but we get to that later. But all this you can only achieve the value, you can only achieve good cash flow, you only have your strong management. And strong management is something that you learn along the way. Just like managers, you learn along the way how can you be a strong managers. And not talk about property managers, even though you might be one or you can be one. I'm also talking about asset management here. But this buying as a solid market is really the key. I was spending 5 minutes before this Zoom call, and I was reading Wall Street Journal article. It's talking about right now the New York renters, they're having really, really difficult. Actually, not right now. 6 months ago, they have also. So a year ago, they have a really strong, big difficulty in paying rents, and it features one landlord, which is a 61-year-old lady, a fine lady, and having difficulty paying her mortgages. She owned 14 buildings, 14 single families, and her pre-pandemic income was $16,000 per month, and she only got 6,300. Do the math, you probably getting 35-40% of her normal income. So it's devastating. She cannot pay her mortgages, insurance, and um, let alone all the upkeep and things like that. So it's all over the headlines, and buying at a solid market is such a key thing as a real estate investor. When we're looking through deals, you have to be able to know um, what is the reason you're going to the market. A cheap market may be good, but you also have to know. I'm going to back it up. Good market is need to be cautious. Maybe good at going in, but you also need to know how can you survive the downturn right now we're heading into. And there's a lot of education, a lot of analyzing on the market that you need to flip through the pages. You need to flip through all the articles online. That's no shortcut. That's no shortcut. Um, and it, There's no shortcut in finding good market. There's no shortcut in raising capital, and there's no shortcut in finding good deals. I was in my market for the last 3 months 2 times, and I spent 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks, 2 weeks away from my family and go to the market and see about 40-45 properties in those 2 weeks. And it's two different trips. And I was talking to, I see all the tenants, and most of the tenants that the building that I'm buying. And there's no shortcut in finding good deals, and there's no shortcut in raising capital. So if that's one thing that I hope to instill to all you guys who will be so-called aspiring to be a landlord, aspiring to be buying apartments, aspiring to be doing all this work. I mean, it's hard work. It's no different from when you're going to find a job, except you own a piece of the pie that can sustain your family future and your kids' future, so to speak, and your family, like whatever background you're from. I'm a really strong believer on family. I'm sure many of you guys are too. How do buying big properties like we do as a apartment investor? One of the key things is we want to secure our kids, and our offspring futures. And that's why I do what I do. And I don't know what is the reason you do. Maybe it's to buy your supercar, or sustain your family too. But for me, it's really simple. If you do those things correctly and what I'm showing is creating values, strong, be the strong managers and go in the strong market. I guarantee you, you're able to sustain your family, so you can sustain the future. And next thing is about operating philosophy. So this is kind of like a slide that I have from last year. So one thing when I mentioned about the landlord that has so much hard time because of the tenants actually not paying her rent is, you also have to pay attention to what is the help out there. The government saying that they actually not letting landlord to evict, and you know what? And I do see tenants position because many of them have lose job, but also pay attention, many of them has find job since. So but there's a lot of helps. There's PPP money from the US, basically is a government program, and that's to basically help the landlords and help the tenants to pay some of the rents back. In fact, I did receive my $7,000, and then another $2,000 for one of my properties from two tenants that my property management has been working with the local government and the US government and the county government to actually get that money. So the help is there. And it's all about knowing your market. It's all about knowing the existing situation, and the situation keep changing. And as investors, as apartment investor, you and I need to pay attention to those kind of things. And I've been setting up this Zoom call for a while, and I write a book with Brian Tracy and on a couple others magazines and newspaper. But my multifamily vision is really simple. you want to buy multifamily because um, you have a pool of tenants that it can be more sustainable than single families, and much better than that when you increase the rent. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, how can I increase the rent? So I would strongly suggest you go send me email. If you don't know how to increase the rent, send me email, ask me how, because I'm doing it for one of my properties. Even though that's not a lot, but it's about doing it right. It's about knowing your market and knowing your competitions. But this, is about creating a legacy from family, creating a family, create a group that I can help. So that's kind of my intent of my multifamily vision. Is really simple. When I create a group who only specialize in buying apartment in the States, because I have done single families for 14 years now, and I don't like it. I don't think that's the way to do. Personally speaking, I think doing multifamily is much better options than investing your time, money, and effort, and create a legacy for your family. I truly believe that. So I told you guys I've created a multifamily investing program. So this is the one that I'm going to give away one free seats for every month, and is a program that I broke into 8 steps. I follow through from some of the most respected investors and educators in the field, and it's something that giving back to the group. And I think it will be very useful for new investors, new or veteran investors who maybe not having the opportunity or don't have the access to invest in apartments. Because you know what, I personally invest a lot, time, energy, and effort, and of course money, into learning about buying multifamilies. And you know what, I'm so glad that I got to do it early. I'm also so glad that I have the resources to do it early. So I'm just I believe everyone everyone should at least entertain learning how to do it, because not everyone's going to be apartment investors. Not everyone's going to love and do like to do their hard work of going through finding, the pictures that I'm showing you here is actually some of the building I saw, and I walked. Not everyone's going to go like, going through walking dirty apartments and the basement. I'm just going through one of my memory in my brain. I was in this basement. It's really tall. It's almost like two-story basement. Like it's probably 10, 15 feet high in the basement. Water dripping from the top. And it was dark. It was smelly. It's probably have mold, or 100% have mold. Sorry, it's not probably. And it was, you know what? It doesn't scare me anymore because I walked so many buildings like this. But at the beginning, when I'm doing this 6, 7 years ago, oh my goodness, it's nothing can scare me. And I don't know whether this is a good statement to say that or not. But you know what? The truth is, every apartment have its story and have its potential. You will only be able to distinguish whether it's a good buy or bad buy, or not a good buy, by walking so many bad opportunities. And that's only then you will be able to find the nuggets. And it's also true when so many of you guys, I talked to one fellow friend yesterday, and he say, you're pretty decent in raising capital. I say, you know what, I do it every day, and I don't think I'm very good or very bad. And it's just a matter of you have to do it every single day. So the same back to you guys. Everyone's know that when you buy big apartments or small, any kind of real estate, you need capital, and you need to go and raise capital. And I mean, no one can help you to raise capital until you actually say roll the sleeve and go out and do it yourself. And I still keep at it every single day. And if you have this mindset and thinking, not, you're just going to talk to 5 people and then people are going to give money to you, and it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, but if I burst your bubble, sorry, but it's not going to happen. But if you keep at it, if you keep working on that skills, I guarantee you, is learnable skills. I guarantee you, and because I'm in that position right now, very luckily, that you have the money in the bank, able to pull the trigger just like that. So me say that again. If you work yourself in the position so that if you in the position that you have the cash position in the bank and you can pull the positions, whatever you look at, your target market, you can pull the trigger just like that. It's a good feelings, and you have to, and I do have to keep working at it every single day, and don't lose heart, because you know what, people who have done it, and people who teach me how to do it, and I'm really thankful for they induce induce that thought in my mind. And you know what, even though it takes years to attain that, but it is attainable. So that is the reason why I do what I'm doing every single day, because including the education part of it, because you know what, it's very rewarding. It tells me that I'm also making a difference to people. It's kind of like saying thanks to the people who help me. So I told you I walked 40 properties in the last few months, and some of the pictures here. But finding in the market, like from my market visit, is this. You can only learn so much by looking at the news. In fact, I'm gonna push it one more further. You learn 5%. You learn 5% on your market. Let's say if you want to go to Connecticut, or let's say you want to go to Michigan, let's say you want to go to Texas, you only learn 5% on your market if you say that I'm gonna go online and look for deals. So what I'm trying to tell you, and what I'm trying to telling all you guys that you want to invest in apartments, you want to invest in, maybe your market is Alberta, I don't really care, or maybe your market is in Canada, I don't really know. Maybe your market is in Florida, or Oregon, like and like anywhere in the map of North America. And you will only know when you go into the boots on the ground, when you go in and walk those buildings and meet those brokers, and that 5% is all you know. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but but my experience, you cannot see and touch the actual, your impression is not ingrained into your mind, and you really limited of your market. You don't walk you can only street view so much. Okay, you can only Google Earth so much, because the people doesn't walk. You don't you cannot Google Earth at Friday or Saturday 9 p.m. the night that I like to do myself, um, because that's where we're gonna find the best, the truth of the neighborhood right at the time. So yeah, so you really need to go and be active, and do what you have to do, to get your to the market. You really have to, just the way it is. So when I create a home study program, I talked about that. So send me an email if you want to be enrolled into it, because I'm giving I'm going to quickly talk about it. So I teach you how to find a market, creating deal flow, how to raise capital, and build your team, whatever team that you are, including property managers, lawyers, investors, and all those people that need it for you, so that you don't have to believe in there, on 24 hours basis. You still have to go to the market and look at that. How to underwrite is a huge thing. How to know whether it's a good buy or not a good buy. You only know that some of my partners tell me I'm not a math guy. You kind of, it's very important to know the numbers, and it's not hard, but it's learnable skills. But you kind of have to know the numbers if you want your investor to invest with you. And it's kind of is an understatement. You need to know the numbers. So you need to be knowing the numbers. Either you find someone in your team, or creating a partnership with someone that have the math background, have the math brain. I'm very blessed in that, because I'm very, very, very good, on the math side, and I can look at the good deals or not within 2-3 minutes. But it's these are developed skills. Okay, so conduct due diligence, right? And then pull the capital, find the lenders, and then close the deal. So that's just kind of what, in a nutshell, what I want to share every month. And I believe there's a 300 people that's already subscribed in my training program, and I get a lot of good feedback with that. If you cannot spend the money, and don't, because I'm giving away one for free every month for one person that I think is truly going to benefit that. And you know what? It's very simple. Like that's how we look at it in case studies. Finding the right market, and then you spend the time to find the right deals, creating relationship with the brokers, and you can look for 50 or 100 deals, and eventually you will find the deal that you can pull on. And then of course you have to have the capital ready, and but the execution is the key. Finding a key deal is important, but how to execute, how to work with the people and motivate them enough to execute that. And then we finance, the big check after 2 years after you stabilize the property, and then doing it again. So that's kind of nutshell of that. And this is my current opportunities for anyone that who want passive cash flow and who think that they can be doing apartments with my group and think that they could be learning something from us. So I'm welcome to talk to you guys. So send me an email again for this. Is really good buy, and we're going to half the price of the market on this one. 34 units. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but basically we're going to turn this buildings from 800,000 to 1.6 million and to 1.8 in 5 years. And this 5-year hold work with investor want to get cash flow. So that's it. Don't want to. I keep my promise. I think it's only half an hour. So what we talk about again today is really short and sweet. Don't need to bore you guys, and I don't want to burn out myself. and I think that's the best way to do it. Thank you all you guys for participating in the Zoom call, and something to do so that you keep the hope in mind that you can think about investing in apartments. But really glad to see all you guys today, and hope that you guys keep coming, and hope that keep giving you guys something to look forward to, because I think keeping at it is a good thing. I think keeping one investor told me that if you're still doing deals in this market is wonderful, because you know what, you just have to keep doing it, because you know what, the world is actually not stopping. Biden is going to be inputting 1.9 trillion. I don't know how many zeros. I think it's 12 zeros into the economy. So you think some of that is going to go to the loan, some of that is going to the renters. Hey, you bet. And it's going to happen. It's going to be happening to those guys who is doing the work. I talked about this since March. It's going to happen to the guys and you and me that who actually do the work, find the deals. And it's really just come down to that. So thank you very much. All you guys joining us on Facebook, all you guys joining on Zoom. I really appreciate that for us to be able to have this. I enjoyed chat like this. I enjoyed Zoom call like this. So see you on next Zoom or meetups and calls, and stay tuned. And I wish you well. I wish you have a great. I know it will be great 2021 because we already have the wars. So, okay, thanks so much, guys. And I know it's really corny. Love you guys all, and go do it. Go do the apartments. Don't let the world tell you that what it is bad or whatnot. So keep on it. And thanks, David. Thank you for starting this again. And please don't maintain a good place so that you won't burn out. Yes, I don't intend to, Dave. And thanks for chilling, and thanks, Will. Have a great Wednesday. Ciao.